have a different kind of story today on Bred in Captivity News. There is bird drama afoot. Bird drama that is just suspicious and more suspicious the deeper you dig into it. So let's dive right in. Long story short, there are sick ostriches somewhere on a farm in BC. These ostriches have an avian or bird flu. Apparently it's super contagious, and the government has stepped in and said those birds have got to go. Bird lovers, animal lovers, the farm in BC are all like, please don't kill these birds. We don't want you to kill the birds. Understandably, even I held that position until I read a little bit more about it. So the farm is owned by one Katie Pasitny, I believe is how the name is pronounced. And it's funded by an American billionaire Trump lover, John Catsimatidis. The names in this thing, I'm just going to refer to them as Katie and John for obvious reasons. So why is an American billionaire so interested in a ostrich farm in BC, Canada? I don't know. It gets even weirder, though. Dr. Oz then steps into the picture, talking about don't kill the birds. Well, why, Dr. Oz? Apparently, he thinks that the birds are immune from the avian flu, the one that killed many of the birds that were already on the farm. The surviving ones, he believes, are immune from this disease somehow and should be studied. Dr. Oz, I don't need to tell you, has been completely humiliated and rejected by all scientists in his field, but somehow still fixes himself to go on TV and give his opinion about scientific matters. Canadian scientists are saying, sorry, but this is too big of a risk to take. The birds are contagious. They can pass this disease on to other animals. God forbid they pass it on to humans. And that is just not a risk this government is willing to take. So the birds have to go. And originally I thought maybe that is a little bit of government overreach, just coming into a farm and saying, kill these birds. I don't care what kind of testing you want to do or whatnot. And testing the birds is going to be too complicated and expensive. And I thought, well, wow, that does seem like government overreach. Let the farm decide. Let them separate them, isolate the birds and test them. But apparently that was going to be very expensive. And then now it's all in the news because Dr. Oz and RFK Jr. and Mr. Patricimatidis, I can't say the name again, are all making a fuss about it. And now I, who was originally for the birds, also feel like they need to go. And it pains me to say it because I look at those sweet ostrich faces because they put the birds on the news and everything, and I saw their faces. They don't deserve this. And it's not their fault that they got this endorsement from just two of the worst people that could have endorsed you, Dr. Oz and RFK Jr. RFK Jr. is a man that sounds like he is on his deathbed. And looking at his policies, he's trying to make sure all of America joins him there. Okay? He is doing whatever he wants. He's just seeing things on Twitter and saying, that's the new law around here. I don't care about vaccines, and, maybe the bleach thing had a point, and he is completely at odds with the medical community, and he has been put in charge of America's health. That's their business. Why is somebody like that and a disgraced TV show host, Dr. Oz, weighing in so heavily on Canadian matters? That's what's really upsetting me. This is now getting dragged through the courts. That's expensive, time-consuming, and if those birds are sick and contagious, this is just giving them plenty of time to spread that disease around. And all because American billionaires and Dr. Oz and RFK Jr. want this to happen? I'm sorry, but the birds have to go. There's something up with the birds. America's on fire. There's so much going on there for you guys to just be looking at these birds and trying to, what's up? What's up? I don't trust anything Americans want. I don't trust anything Americans do. And if Americans want these birds, frankly, I don't trust the birds. Let's not forget that Dr. Oz was dragged before Congress or Senate, was it? Forced to explain why he was peddling ginkgo biloba like a Mexican cartel drug dealer. And he was just saying, part of my job is hope and stuff. What? This is the man that is now petitioning for the birds because they might have some sort of medical immunity. Dr. Oz, stay in your TV lane. Stay in your entertainment, diet pill peddling lane and get the hell out of Canadian politics and get the hell out of that farm. So the farm itself is being funded by this American billionaire. I hate that I'm being put on the side of the ostriches. You know what I mean? That's not what I want. If these characters are on the side of the ostriches must live, the ostriches must live. There, that's better. then I'm falling firmly on the side that the ostriches cannot. And I feel awful saying it, but that is my take on it. I don't think it's wise for Canada to set this precedent that you could come in from another country and just do some sort of TV rally and whatever, and then suddenly our courts are dragged up by things that we should be able to solve within our own systems here without interference from American celebrities and people who are ruining their own healthcare system. I mean, how many diseases have broken out in the States? Do we really need these people's advice about containing diseases here? I don't think so. We're going to wrap it up here. RIP to those ostriches. I never thought it would come to this, but those birds have got to go. Bred in captivity, out.